Hi, I'm April. If some of you remember, Arthur is a show about a group of friends who teach problem-solving skills, how to be a friend, and encourage kids to read. Even though the show is called Arthur, the show tells a story of all the kids in their perspective. Arthur's main value portrayed in the show is friendship and how to show kindness. Many times in the series, the characters will get into situations where they argue because of their differences, but always learn that friendship is more important. The show Arthur manages to promote all race, genders, and recently sexualities. From Arthur learning how to be friends with someone from a different culture, Francine proving that she can do anything even if she's a girl, to Mr. Ratburn's marriage with a man who worked at a chocolate shop. In this episode, the children weren't shocked or questioned it. They saw their teacher happy and were okay with it. If anything, they were relieved it wasn't with a woman who they saw as mean to them. It shows kids that gay marriage is like every other marriage, a union of two people that love each other.
This is the best cake I've ever had.
I wonder how many times Patty sent it back.
Who cares? It was worth it. Mr. Ratburn is married. I still can't believe it. Yep, it's a brand new world.
The stereotypes in Arthur, however, were shown in the earlier episodes where the big buff kid was a school bully. However, after an episode where it was made clear that bullying wouldn't be tolerated, the tough customers managed to change for the better. Usually when a character bullies another character or is mean, the show would then explain why this behavior is hurtful to the other person, and at the end of the day, the two parties are able to make up and be friends again.
James, listen to me. It's not okay to act that way. I know I've done it, but it's wrong. I don't want you to be a bully. Can you tell her you're sorry?
Well, are you gonna say you're sorry to the kids you bullied?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Arthur manages to represent cultures and minorities as accurate as possible. Based on the information on Screen Rant, the show has featured wheelchair usage, Asperger's syndrome, food allergies, bedwetting, panic attacks, stuttering, blindness, dyslexia, and asthma plenty of times. The show manages to ease into the topic in a way that children can understand, manages to explain it in the character's point of view at times in order to get a better understanding of the situation. Like when Jenna wanted to go to a slumber party but didn't want to wear her monitor because she was embarrassed, or how George was trying to understand how to be friends with Carl, who has Asperger's syndrome. The show manages to tell kids that it's okay to be different and we can still all be friends if we try. As in the episode of Jenna's Bedtime Blues, she was invited to a slumber party but didn't want to bring her bedwetting alarm because she was embarrassed. After going through the night with no accident, they discover a pull-up in which everyone is nice about and don't ask whose it was. Jenna comes clean and discovers Francine used to be a bedwetter and assures her she's not a baby for being one.
I was afraid if I told the truth, you'd all think I was a baby. A baby? You're the only one who can beat me in sports. Besides, I used to wear one of these myself.
The episode helps kids feel better about themselves by using observational learning. Sometimes the show would bring special guests to help teach the characters lessons or to help explain it in a way that children, the viewers, can understand and identify with. Like when Idina Menzel was shown as a child psychiatrist in order to help Brain's anxiety, as well as to help Brain what anxiety is and how to deal with it.
Listen, it's going to take a little time to feel safe again. It doesn't just heal overnight. But we're going to work on this together, okay?
Negative implications that this show may have been debated before is the annoying behavior of the little sister DW. People would argue that children would have disinhibitory effects and would act out the character because it's funny or they think it's appropriate behavior. The character DW would also be shown getting into trouble with Arthur. The relationship would be shown in a negative way as if it's saying normal sibling behavior is to fight constantly. However, I would like to argue that Arthur and DW's relationship shows a more realistic take on how siblings treat each other. And it isn't always that bad. Even though they may fight at times, they always manage to find a balance and know when to help each other out. Like the episode where DW wanted to give a good home to her toys and gave them to the Tibbles, which was a terrible mistake. Arthur found out how they were treating her toys on purpose and left to go get the toys back. That's when DW apologized for being the way she is at times, in which Arthur just dismisses it as normal behavior to help your sibling out. This becomes a positive behavior that children can learn through observation. Mostly, all the characters are very blunt and will say it as they see it, but that's because they're all in the 3rd grade or in preschool. It's realistic behavior that you can see in every kid. It helps the viewers to identify with and helps them know how to model the good behavior shown.
Hey, DW. Francine, can I ask you a question?
Sure, anything.
Why don't you go back to your own house and stop bothering us?
In conclusion, Arthur manages to show how kids with different lifestyles and personalities can still be friends, as well as how to own up to your mistakes and how to fix them. He uses a social cognitive theory in order to show viewers what is good behavior and what negative behavior would result in, as well as helps bring awareness to things most kid shows don't talk much about. It's what the show is all about and teaches well to the viewers. Thank you for watching.